Mark & Spencer is approaching a crossroad, the crossroad of decisions to be made regarding how to position themselves in the Chinese market, who to target, and which product to offer. We see that what the company lacks is building the current to send the company forward and sending the waves for them to be successfully grow in the Chinese market. And that is why we're here today. A very good morning, honorable judges, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Apiwat, this is Pakon, Nataya, and Supida, and together we are Peng T Consulting from Chulalongkorn University, Thailand.
So first, let's take a look at our company background. We are the most renowned retailer in the UK, which excel in two products. First, clothes, and second, groceries. Currently, we are targeting our customer the range of 30 years old and have the middle income, with a simple message to our customer as simple and classy. In 2008, we decided to enter to China. However, we incur a loss in revenue because we replicate the same strategy that we use in UK into China. And moreover, there are disruption from the fast fashion companies such as Uniqlo, H&M, and Zara, who use the localization strategy by using the designer from Chinese country, and also they use their position to be more luxurious to target the Chinese customers. So the key indication here is that there is a mismatch in target customer group, and second, localization is the key to win the Chinese market. So our customer in China right now have the age range about 49 years old. So we end up with the question that why this group of customers buy our product. So we have analyzed our target group and the current customer group, and we see that because the personality of 49 years old in China have matched with our core values. So the key indication here is that Mark & Spencer should target the customer group of age 49, while concerning that they have the chip of being more useful. So the mismatch of the customer group has led us to the bad financial performance. But it's getting worse because of our low brand awareness in China. As you can see, we compare M&S with Uniqlo. We have only 8 stores comparing to 189 stores of Uniqlo, and we are only in the first tier comparing to the Uniqlo that penetrates all the market in China. And also we are the last player. We entered to China in 2008, while Uniqlo entered to China since 2002 as a first mover. So the key indication here is that Mark & Spencer must strongly increase its brand awareness in China. So ladies and gentlemen, with this in mind, we come up with our key question today of how can Mark & Spencer successfully tackle Chinese market to have a right product, a right experience to the right customers, and increase brand awareness in China. And to bridge this gap, we come up with our two strategies of build the current and send the waves. Where our first strategy, build the current, we would like to give the localized product offering and in-store experience. And for the send the wave, we would like to expand our offline store and have the online journey for our customers. Starting with the first one.
So starting with the first strategy of building the current, we want to offer the right product, the right experience for the right customers. So first of all, we take a step back to look at the customer values once more. So our target group, the 40 plus years old, they value functionality and classy products to make them look good because Chinese customers aspire to look good and face value. And we see that Mark & Spencer have already done well on these both areas because our current message is simple yet classy. However, there's a recent trend among this customer group that they want to look more lively and more youthful so that they can look more lively and more youthful among their peers. So we see that with the current message, we lack the lively aspect. So with this in mind, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce you to our first strategy of Build the Current, where we want to add the message of simple, classy, and lively, where we'll be tackling 3 key areas of first, product offering, secondly, in-store, and lastly, communication strategy, with the objective to offer, once again, the right product, the right experience for the right customer. So starting with the first one of product offering. We see that the fashion in Europe is a lot more simple than Asia in China, where it is more lively and more vibrant and move faster than in Europe. So the key implication here is that we must localize. As we can see from the case studies, and my colleague has already mentioned that localization should be the key strategy in China, as we can see from Uniqlo, H&M, KFC, and Coca-Cola, and many more brands. So this leads us to our localization strategy of we want to offer a special collection for the Chinese market. So how it works is that we will be collaborating with the local Chinese designers, where we'll be hiring 5 designers in 3 years. So what we'll be doing with them is we will be launching new collections specifically for the Chinese market. And the examples of these collections can be in terms of like the Chinese zodiac signs, the Chinese New Year, and moon festivals, and so on. For example, right now, our products are white and plain and very simple, but with this new product collection, we can add like Year of the Dog texture into these clothes to attract and localize and attract the Chinese customers. So now that we have localized the product, the next step is to enhance our in-store experience. So how we'll be doing is that starting in front of the stores, we'll be doing like front store poster where we promote our new collections that we have launched in front of our stores so that we can attract the customers to walk into our stores. And secondly, in terms of product placement, so first of all, we would like to place our new collection in front of the stores so that once they walk in, they can be attracted and they can know that we have these collections in place now, and that Marks and Spencer has localized. And secondly, we would like to offer like combinations that create a picture of a lifestyle. What this means is that we can like match Marks and Spencer different products and say that this is a lifestyle of a businesswoman, but at the same time very lively. So now that we have enhanced the in-store experience, the next step is to let the customers know about these changes. And the strategy that we would like to do is through brand endorser. So we'll be partnering with an influential businesswoman as brand endorser. And the key criteria are that first, she is very influential. Secondly, she is in our target age group of 40 plus, and also she must look classy, but at the same time lively and youthful. And the key examples of these people are like the person that we would like to. The similar person in China is like Michelle Obama or Madame Pang in Thailand, where she's the owner of a very large insurance company, but at the same time she's very active and very lively. So we want to find someone like that in China. So the next question to answer is what are we doing with the endorser? And that will be do like a promotional video where we have the endorser walking in Marks and Spencer stores, and they can try on the product and shop for the product. And the message we like to indicate is that we want to the classy, simple aspects of M&S, but also lively, that she has fun and that she can express herself while wearing M&S products. And at the end of the video, we want to invite customers to visit our stores and location, in which we will be posting on famous online channels such as Youku and so on. So with the first strategy, what have we done? So you approach us with an issue of that you have a mismatch between what customers value and what you're offering. So with our 3 key recommendations of offering, in-store, and brand endorser, we have offered the right product with the right experience for the right customers. As a result, we can impact of 138,000 incremental customers and 21 million incremental revenue in British pound. So now I'd like to pass on to my colleague for the second strategy.
So after that we have positioned ourselves to match with our customers, there is also other aspects that Marks and Spencer should consider, which is the low awareness in the country of China. So let's take a look at this situational analysis that's from this strategy. So currently we see that the online channels that Marks and Spencer are on are including Tmall and JD.com, whereas the offline channels, Marks and Spencer have 8 stores in first-tier cities. However, we see that the problems in both channels is that for the online channels, only the existence in Tmall and JD.com is not enough to attract customers to buy our products. as there are also competitors offering clothes online as well. And for the offline, the number of 8 stores is too low to create the awareness and recognition among customers. So therefore, Marks & Spencer must create the presence in both online and offline channel, as well as to lock customers in our brand to be our loyal customers. So how can we do this? We analyze the current journey of our customers, that they can either go both offline or online channels. However, we have analyzed that for the target customer group, they only go to online channel only after they know our brand. So, and for the offline stores, currently there is a lack of presence. So therefore, what must be done is that for the offline channel, Marks & Spencer must increase the number in its stores, and for the online channel, they should consider the customers who do not purchase our product first time online, but what we can do is that they use mobile phone in their daily lives. So therefore, we should use the online channels to attract the customers, not to transact. So ladies and gentlemen, let us introduce you to our second strategies of sender waves, in which we will create the brand awareness in both offline and online channel, as well as to lock them as our loyal customers. So first of all, let's start with offline stores expansion. So the criteria in expanding the stores must be that the stores are in the first tier cities with high traffic and they are not too close to each other. And we will plan to increase 5 additional stores in 3 years. The rationale, the importance of offline store is that it will offer the presence as well as the touch and feel in which our customers value. So after that we have expanded the offline stores, we should also consider the online store that will be the online channel that will be integrated into our journey. So let us introduce you to the renewed customer journey, in which customers will first see the Marks & Spencer online, visit and feel the products at stores, purchase. Then we will do customer retention program to keep in touch with the customers, and this will lead to the revisit or repurchase at our stores. So what online channels can be done in this journey is that first, we will post the videos through online platforms such as YouTube, and after the video, it will have a store location that will lead the customers to experience our stores. After they visit and feel the quality of our products, then they will make a purchase, and after they make a purchase, we will collect their data in the form of membership, and this membership will collect the personal information as well as the contact data. So in this stage, we can obtain the data that can keep in touch with them. After that, we will send the reminder notifications about the new collections, the products that they may be interested in, and this will link them to Tmall to repurchase to our products. So what have we done in our second strategy? With the offline store expansion, this will lead to more physical touch points to our customers, as well as create the presence and brand awareness. And for the online integrated journey, we will be able to attract more customers from the online platforms, as well as increase the frequency of purchase in our customers, and lead to incremental customers of 100,000 over the 5 years, as well as incremental revenues of 93 billion pounds. So I would like to pass on to my colleague to walk you through the financials and assumptions.
So in conclusion, after implementing our 2 strategies of build the current and send the wave, for the first strategy of build the current, we plan to localize more and hire designers, and also as well we will use an influencer to create a brand awareness among our new customers. In the second strategy of send the wave, we plan to opening 5 more stores in China in 3 years, as well as we'll use the online stores to link people into the Tmall. For the first strategy, we aim that we'll gain incremental customers of 138,000 customers in 5 years, which create an incremental revenue of 29.3 million British pounds. In the second strategy, we aim to create an incremental customers of 100,000 incremental customers in 5 years, increase the frequency of purchase of customers from 3 times per year, 5 times per year for customers to 8 times per year. So this would generate an incremental revenue of about 78 million British pounds. So, to summary about our revenue estimation, there are three sources of our total incremental revenue of about 99 million British pounds in 5 years. The first source is that we'll gain new customers on both offline and online channel. Second, we'll gain new customers by opening our new stores in China. And thirdly, we'll gain customers by increasing the frequency of purchase. So, in the first one of increase the brand awareness, we have an assumption that we gain 30% conversion rate from the online stores in Tmall, and as well as 10% conversion rate in the offline stores. In the second of opening more stores, we assume that one store will generate about 7 million British pounds per store. So opening 5 more stores would generate about that million. And third, by increasing the frequency of purchase, we assume that the total customers now is about 200,000 customers in China. But by increasing the frequency of customers, we will gain more, about 57 million British pounds in 5 years. So to sum up about total incremental customers that we had, we will have an incremental of customers of about 238,000 customers in 5 years, which generated mainly on the communication through offline and online channel and by opening more stores. And from the revenue estimation, we aim to increase from 10% CAGR to 55.7% CAGR. And this increase in CAGR mainly from increase our stores from 5 stores to 10 stores in 5 years. And the total incremental profit is about 93 million in 5 years. So we know that the revenue comes hand in hand with the cost. So we have created cost estimation, which the majority of costs come from the operating cost expense in our new opening stores. And we had a benchmark from our operating cost in Asia that the operating costs contribute to about 85.9% of our turnover. So to sum up, for the expenses is about 25 million British pounds in 5 years. And all the expenses is about 26 million British pounds in 5 years, funded mainly to internal cash flow in the UK and also the debt. So, to ensure the success of our two strategies of build the current and send the wave, we have conducted implementation timeline, where our first strategy, we aim to establish a system and localize more store, hiring designers, and we plan to launch a new design of our clothes by the beginning of 2018. And second, we plan to opening 5 stores and opening all 5 stores by the end of 2018, so we can generate the revenue at the beginning of 2019. So, earlier today, we, Painting Consulting, was approached by your company with the question of how can you approach the China market and redeem your turnover. So with our two strategies of build the current and send the wave, with first strategy of build the current, we plan to localization, and send the wave, we plan to opening more stores, create brand awareness to online stores. By implementing these two strategies, we aim to have an incremental revenue of 103 million British pounds in 5 years. So the floor is open for Q&A. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the presentation of Chulalongkorn University. We will now proceed with the 15 minutes question and answer session. Judges, please answer questions. Ask your questions.
How are you thinking about the food business? Because I think a lot of the discussion was around the clothing business. What are your thoughts on the food business? What would be the strategy for the food business?
Alright, so thank you for your question. So the rationale behind why we have only focused on the clothing business is because, first of all, currently you're importing the food from UK, and that it incurs a lot of cost. And secondly, when you think of Marks and Spencer's, the first thing you think of is the clothing business. So we want to focus on the core business and the most important business of Marks and Spencer's first, and then they can focus on the food business later.
Sorry. So in the case where we're seeing Marks and Spencer is actually considered clothing, some of the stores in Shanghai. Your recommendation in Send the Waves is talking about adding 5 stores. So how does that going to be different from the ones that they're thinking about closing yet?
At first, we analyzed of why we closed the store, and we think that because we closed the store because of the mismatch of the customers. Because in Shanghai, the customer that buy all the clothes are the main customer of Zara, Uniqlo, and they are not our target customer, and that's why we closed our store. But with our first strategy, when we match our right customer with right experience, it's time to expand our second strategy.
And from the quantitative reasons why we're opening more stores is that our target customer must have a touch and feel within the offline stores as well as the online store to look for more information. So we decide to opening more stores so that we can create more purchase from these target customers as well.
So just a follow up on that then. Then how will the targeting of the stores be? The new stores will help you do your targeting. If you're saying that the existing 2 is actually a mismatch of your target clients, how does the 5? What strategies are you going to do, or considerations that you're going to put in for those 5 to make a difference or make it more targeted?
It is from our first strategy that we would like to make more localization strategy in our store by offering new product that like my colleague said that we would offer the localization clothes that match with our Chinese preference, and that we think that it would attract our right customer to our store.
So where are these 5 stores going to be open? Which cities?
So currently we open in Beijing, Shanghai, and Guangzhou. So these five stores can be. We don't have the exact cities to open. However, we have provided the criteria, which are the first tier cities, and with the high traffic area, and also not too close to each other.
And to add on to my colleague, so the rationale behind this is to expand more presence and build more presence in the Chinese market. So we believe that the right cities to open our stores in is the same cities that we are already in, such as Guangzhou, Beijing, and China, and Shanghai. Yeah, so that we can build more presence there in the high traffic area. So it won't like kill each other off or attract the same
So
customers.
you're going to be reopening a store in Shanghai, or you just closed like that?
We see that when we match with a right customer, it's true that we reopen in Shanghai, but we might consider the new location where our customers stay, because we see that our customers right now they are all with stable of cash flow, so we think that they are more in first tier city where they have more purchasing power.
And in terms of your communication strategy, like how to promote the brand, Marks and Spencer, and increase brand awareness, besides having some successful business women as your endorser and putting up posters on the storefront, is there anything else?
Do you mean any communication and advertising?
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you for your question. So we believe that apart from having the endorser, we can also do like other online marketing strategy, such as like push marketing or like SEOs on the internet, so that we can, when customers search clothing, and then Marks and Spencer can pop up. But we believe that the most impactful one will be the endorser strategy, because Chinese people tend to follow the influencers a lot, and we believe that they are heavily influenced by these people. So by doing this, we believe that we can truly express like the meaning of our brand through like an actual person.
Any other offline strategies?
Yeah, so other offline strategies could include like traditional advertisements, such as maybe like TV ad, but and also like other physical posters. But we believe that might be costly, so we like to prioritize on the online channels first.
Yes. And to clarify more on the endorsers, we were inspired by the campaigns that are currently used in our country, Thailand. And currently they use the endorsers, and it becomes like really like a huge trend on the internet where people go and watch this show of this endorser having fun shopping and spending time and experience the store in Thailand. So we'd like to replicate this success to China and Marks and Spencer.
So if I understood it right, the two key elements of the strategy which you want to change is one, the demographics you want to focus is 40 plus. Another one is the localization. How are you thinking about luxury versus a high street brand with the other two changes that you spoke about?
Do you think you mean our brand positioning?
Positioning, yes.
We think that our brand is not that high comparing to like Dior or Chanel, but we focus more on like everyday life usage. So imagine you are our customer, you usually use the Dior product to go to the event, but for your everyday life, you might choose our product, Marks and Spencer.
And for the high street brand, we believe that we should not target, we should not position ourselves as same as Uniqlo or H&M or Zara, because first reason they have very strong presence in China with a high number of stores, and that they have a huge localization strategy and have been here for a long time. So we believe that tackling right now might be too late. So we must differentiate ourselves, and that is what we did with our strategy.
And also we are not fast fashion, so our clothes not changing like Zara that change every week. So that's why we target this group of customers of 40 plus.
I see you've mentioned a lot about women as your core target group. What about men?
Men.
We have analyzed both genders. However, we see that normally people who shop for clothes are women, and imagine like a household. Normally, it's the wives who make who influences the choices of shopping for the husband. So therefore, we try to target the women who is the decision maker or the shopper.
Have you thought of sponsoring your wardrobe on some sort of TV show, TV drama series?
Okay, so for the sponsorship of TV drama series, consider your low turnover per year per store. We have prioritized that we must have an online marketing and offline marketing that is do not cost much as first. But after we create a brand awareness to online, we can shift more on like promoting and sponsor on that series.
Probably. Okay. My view probably vice versa. You should the TV series first before you go online.
Can I just go back to the point about localization? So you want to add in a bit more kind of Chinese flavor into your collection. So how I guess in your discussion among yourselves, was there ever kind of like a challenging the statement where how do you keep that British presence of the brand, right? How do you kind of balance it off? Because if you're using a more Chinese designer or more localized, then the adoptions of others following the same will be very easy. But with the British, it might be a bit more with the history. You might be able to more sustain. So is there any thoughts around that?
We have thought about that and that's why we think of the new layout of our store. So with our strategy of localization, we would put the new product in front of our store, but we might not neglect our core value. So we will still maintain our core product like plain shirts and plain t-shirts at the back of the store.
And in terms of the aspect of like the British aspect, so we can still like communicate to our customers about the history of our brand and also how this product has been made. And that history can also be localized to our new collection, such as what is the inspiration between the Chinese Zodiac collection, or that how long it takes to come up with this, or any like interesting facts about this collection. So we can still add that aspect.
You put Western dogs on print.
It's not like a dog, but we can add like a little things to make it differentiation, such as the bone.
Like the dog bone.
Dog bone.
Yeah. So it will be like a cute little features that that is a balance between like flashy things that most Chinese like, and also the simplicity and the liveliness
It's
of
not
the British
the
side.
big dog in front of the
So as part of your broader strategy or as part of your e-commerce strategy, have you thought of any partnerships, acquisitions, or joint ventures?
Okay, so we decided to stay in Alibaba first, as Alibaba contains about more than 99% of online sales right now. But the key thing is that there are many competitors in Alibaba. So our second strategy is why customers would still choose to come to Alibaba to buy our products.
And in terms of partnership, we see that the company has already considered going into joint venture with another company, but with the lack of research and lack of data, we did not put that in our strategy because it would take a lot of justification. But if we were to analyze right now who should Marks & Spencer partner with, it should be with a logistics company or in terms of localization, to know more about the marketing, maybe like a marketing agency, so that it could raise their brand awareness and successfully sell their product in the Chinese market.
But we already see and we prioritize that Alibaba and Tmall that we have is already enough. But what we need to focus right now is the brand awareness. We need to bring them to our store first.
You've seen the merchandise in the store, right? Do you think that matches with the 40 plus women?
Sorry, you can just
The clothing, the merchandise, the ladies section in the store. Do you think the clothing matches what the women in the 40s like?
In China, no, not really. So that's why we come up with our first strategy to give some little details and some little color into our product.
But yes, so we see that there is a existing trend right now that 40 plus people are now wanting to look more young, more active, and more youthful, so that we can actually promote this and insert into our product the lively aspect in order to attract them.
Who would you think, with your rebrand, in terms of the build the current, the send waves, with all that's done, who are your main competitors that you would see in the market?
So the main competitors in the market should be like a same segment as us, the same positioning, such as Gap or Muji, and for similar products. But we believe that it will not directly compete with any luxury brand and also the fast fashion brands. So we believe that this is a good segment for Marks & Spencer to be in, given the time frame that we are in right now.
So any risks that you see in terms of execution of this strategy? What are the key risks that you would see?
Okay, so the key risk that we will see is that our online marketing would not actually convert much into the purchasing in the offline sales. And we could mitigate this risk by partnering or outsourcing to marketing agency in China local, so that they know more of the Chinese preference, and we can adapt our marketing campaign or online marketing to these target customers.
And to add on, so right now we choose to go with the online because it's easy, but if we have the data and we see that our customer is more in the TV show or in the series, after that we might get into this segment and tackle them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.